or
No,
he
it
switches
was
legs?
electric scooter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But
Nice.
I didn't think that Davey was known for overtraining.
I don't know. I'm just
every podcast I've ever listened to him with him on there, he's always like, I hate training.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like they had to drag him out of bed.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, and now he's a trainer. Yeah.
all right, Cooper Webb is battling with a 2-time world champion.
Go ahead.
Hurry up! Just kidding. I'm kidding. Take your time, dude.
He's out there just pushing. Blows a gasket.
Doing great.
He's doing all right, yeah. And I told him, I was like, dude, if you don't know, just tell him you don't know. You know what I mean?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
I needed this. I was done earlier.
Yeah?
Dude, so here's the video of me last night. I barely. What the hell? Barely touched. I'm in the orange here.
Okay, yeah.
And like my front end just barely touches left side and just shoots me right.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Yeah. Brett and I were at Fiesta Fun Center last night in St. George. We raced the go-karts. Pretty fast. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. All right. You feel better, son?
Yes, I do.
All right, good.
Cooper Webb is battling with a 2-time world champ. Does that surprise you?
Oh, especially in outdoor. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
With Jorge Prado, like.
Honestly, no, because Jorge's got a lot to learn about the soil and the tracks over here, right? I mean, if this was year 3 for Jorge, then yeah, that'd be different. But year 1, Cooper Webb, it's like Cooper Webb's no slouch, but
What do you think? Do you think he should have came over and just went right to the 450s?
you're saying maybe do some 250 stuff first?
Yeah. But I
Dude,
guess he's 24. He's old.
Yeah, right.
Quotation marks.
Yeah. I guess, dude, when, just like you asked Red earlier, when Cowie's throwing that money your way, dude, you just do whatever they want, right?
Guess so.
But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, Webb's thing isn't outdoors. He's only had 5 days on outdoors, but homeboy knows how to ride.
Yeah.
So he's no slouch for sure.
So I said, I already gave my take on this, but did Jet gain gain your respect a little bit this weekend at all with the way he rode, his demeanor?
Yes, like he hardly even made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time when Eli was really pushing him, and there was this right-hander, and Jet went around the outside and stood up the whole time, or maybe I don't know. I've never seen someone go around a corner that fast ever. It was insane.
I thought that he did really good when he got teed up there before it must have been the press on Friday with the question about the remarks he had said, and I mean he owned it, and then he probably said a little more than he should have, and then he's like, yeah, I use that language with my friends. It's like,
oh, he said that?
Yeah. It's
no!
Stop talking! Stop talking! Deny that. That was a one-time thing. Just deny it. And maybe he knows some of the stuff that Myrtle has on him, so maybe that was kind of a setup for that. I feel like, just let's dive down this just for 2 seconds, is that I feel like Myrtle is kind of coming at this in a bad way, because think that if that's your agent, like, whoa, you're keeping all this dirt on me just in case something goes sideways, and then you're going to do this to me too? Like, you got to think that Joe or even just anybody, like, hey, I'm Myrtle, I want to be your agent. No,
I don't trust you.
I've seen some of the stuff that you've done, and that
right. Why are you publicizing all of this?
How is it helping him?
All right,
Tell me how it's helping him.
If we're gonna go down this road or litigation and everything like that, let's just keep it in the courts. We
Yeah.
don't need to bring both us down.
Yep,
It doesn't look
yep.
good on either one of us
Yep.
to air out our grievances on these radio shows, on Instagram, and all this.
Or
I don't-
anything. Yeah, it's dumb. And it's not like he's bringing something that proves that he didn't or makes him look like the good guy. He just making Jet look like the bad guy. It's like, no, you're still like, you know what I mean? It's just, it didn't help his situation at all.
No, and I'm kind of, I like that Jet responded, but I like how he's not like retaliating
yeah,
or
yeah.
anything.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm here to do a job. I'm here to go win.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And I feel like with that, it's just going to kind of blow over, and that Myrtle's not going to get the satisfaction out of it that he's looking for. And
no, for sure.
yeah. All right, moving on.
Do we see Jet and Eli battle all season? And if so, does this championship come down to the last final rounds?
I think it will. Like if they don't get hurt, then yes. Like they're like the two fastest guys on the racetrack. Like, yeah.
I'm nervous that Eli's gonna get hurt, dude.
Dude, he was hanging it out.
Yeah.
That was everything he had.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him ride like that in a long time.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. He hasn't been able to finish the last several seasons.
You know
because of
what
this,
kind of made me mad?
What made you
And of course, it's the dang Instagram comments.
Uh-huh.
So I read somewhere that it was on Chase's crash and how Chase just fell apart or whatever.
Yep.
So someone comments like, "Oh, does that take away from Eli's 2022 championship? That Chase just folds and he's just,
Oh my
so
gosh.
how Jet's so much better no one's there to push him. It was just Chase, he's just gonna fold under pressure. I mean, that kind of tarnishes Tomac's legacy. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? It was so dumb.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Go back and
Yeah.
watch that season.
Yeah,
He did not fold in any pressure.
No.
Like, Chase is riding his ass off, and
Yeah.
so was Tomac, and
Yeah.
Tomac was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Again, Rhett, your big brother to Chase. How does Chase bounce back? You're his big brother. How do you motivate him to crawl from this deep dark hole and like, hey, dude, get back on the bike. Let's go win. What are you gonna say to Luke, who's down on his luck?
And think about where they're going. They're going to Thunder Valley next. Or,
High Point, or no, whatever it was. Where he-
Sacramento.
Where he went from 40th to first.
Go ahead, Rhett.
I just don't don't do dumb stuff.
That's solid.
Luke,
advice.
don't do dumb stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much what you say, huh?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like he's got to have some confidence going into the next one just because of what he did last year, right? If he could just set aside what he did this week, which, you know
I
what?
don't think he
Let him
can.
believe that was a fluke. No, dude, that was not your fault, Chase. That was goggles, dude. That was not your fault. That was just the luck of the draw. That isn't on you. You know what? This week you're
Hey,
gonna go out
I'm
and do it exactly what you
goggles. How was that my fault?
did. Hey, man, that was your fault.
Dude, I give you the perfect setup. I
yeah,
clean
with
these
dirt
goggles.
in it. Yeah, you suck at cleaning goggles.
I checked them. You got them. Yeah,
No, as a sponsor, I mean, they've got to be
Yeah.
taking. Hey, man, that's on our bad,
Yeah.
dude. Sorry. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
no, for sure.
I feel like that's probably what everybody's doing around him. Like, oh no, it's not you, it's us.
Yeah, but how much are we gonna do this? It's been 2 years we've been having to do this.
And it's crazy too because the reason he went from 40th to first is because he slid out in the first corner and he wanted to beat Jet. Like, he wanted it so bad. That's the only reason he did that. So what do we got to do to get Chase to want it so bad? Obviously, last week in Impala, he didn't want it. That's why he fell down and just, I'm going to the pits.
Well, but
Has anybody seen my visor?
But Jet
Like-
wrecked in the first 30 seconds of that first moto last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And I feel like as soon as Chase
wrecked
saw that, as soon as Chase saw that, he's like, oh, I could do something.
Oh,
Dude,
so we just got to have Jet just weed it.
Jet just if Jet is not there, like that is Chase's kryptonite. I don't know what it is. Just he knows that I like it's a mental block.
can't win.
I can't beat him.
I can't win
do
him
it.
if he's there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which it's ridiculous.
And how do you get
It's
over that? I don't know.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
How do you get?
you've got to have that same block in your brain
No.
with me, right?
No.
Oh, no?
Dude, every time we line up, I am going to kick his ass. I'm way better. And, dude, let me tell you a story.
All right. I love Ori story.
Well, so we've been racing dwarf cars all year, and I started off the season with 2 wins, right? My confidence has been going up. Well, I got screwed over on payout. Like they were supposed to pay me X amount of money, or you're supposed to get like $250, right? Well, there was one race that wasn't a club race that I didn't show up. Well, this kid that wins gets like $500.
Whoa.
I'm like, what the hell? There's a lot of backstory to that. And then we go to a different track. Well, they overpay this next guy, and he wins like $800. And I'm thinking to myself all day yesterday, because I had got second to this guy, the prior race that won the 800. I'm like, I'm gonna win this race. I was so confident. I'm gonna win this race, and I'm gonna get screwed over. They're not gonna pay me as much money. But dude, everything I did yesterday. I was sitting in lineups, thinking to myself, I'm gonna win. I don't care. I'm gonna win. And then I immediately wreck.
You immediately wreck.
So that's what I do with William. I don't care. I know for a fact that he's a better rider than me and better at freaking fantasy. But dude, it doesn't matter. Anytime I'm lined up next to you, like there's no chance I'm beating you. But in my head, I legitimately think
this is
it.
This is the one.
I got him. I got him.
I got him this time.
But how do we instill that into Chase?
Yeah, I don't freaking know, man. What a head case.
It's annoying.
It's like you said, he's got everything that he needs.
Dude.
He's got the skill, he's got the bike, he's also got his
the
head.
body, the fitness, everything.
The body.
The body, the buns.
Fitness.
Yeah. No, not a reaction. That's what the kids say. All right, whatever.
Doesn't even smile.
Whatever. Can Deegan continue his momentum when he moves up to 450s?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he will.
I think he'll beat Jet?
No.
No.
Like, maybe. Like, if he gets better starts and, like, yeah, I think he will. But, like, if he gets horrible starts, then no.
Yeah, there ain't no coming through a 450 pack like there is a 250, huh?
Does he come out immediately start running on the podium, or does it take a year?
Like, he might get a couple podiums, maybe a win.
You don't see him beating Jet his first year in just a moto race. Straight up. Because I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Like,
All right.
yeah, at least one win.
One win. Sorry. And that's it for Derek's DMs.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, that pretty much just leaves us with one little thing. Just the.
Oh, no. Just.
No?
Oh,
You're
well,
good?
yeah. So,
Ori's annoyed, right? I mean, that's.
stupid.
Ori's annoyed.
Oh.
All right. Have you ever been to a motocross race where the track is like hard and slippery and it's just really it's just hard packed, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're lined up on the gate
Uh-huh.
and you're getting ready to go out
Uh-huh.
and they water it.
Uh-huh.
It's
The worst thing ever.
It is the hardest pack track ever. It's it's slick already, but then they're just throwing water on top of ice. Like, dude. So I'm racing at Mojave Valley Raceway last night, and I go out in my heat race, and I win, but the track is like hard packed and slicked, and the track is just gonna go away So I adjust my car, my setup for a more hard pack track. I do some things, and as we're about to go out, they're watering it, and they never do this.
Like when you're in staging?
Well, I mean, they did it in intermission, but I'm like,
Yeah.
really? You're kidding me, right? So I don't know what to do with my setup at this point. And anyways, I'm like, whatever, we'll just run it. So there's a class before our class goes out, and it's bigger cars. Well, they can't get a damn lap in because the track is so slippery. Yeah, the cars will go into the corner and wreck because who would have thought you put water on the track when it's already slippery or hard like this? And then so when you're racing, you have these earbuds in your ears, and they're telling you, like, hey, line up here. We're going to go green this next lap or whatever. Well, the lady in there is just yelling at these guys like, let's get a damn lap in. Let's go. Let's get some laps in. Well, it's kind of a hard track to drive.
Yeah,
all right.
We're trying to get
We're trying. We're also trying to race.
Yeah.
So they end up cutting their I think they got their laps, or their main is a 20 lap main. They got like 7 laps before before they cut it. So we go out there, and I'm, confident I'm out there. I'm going to win, right? And we take off. My wheel touches another guy's wheel. Poof, I'm off the track. So
Can we blame the slippery track for that?
Huh?
Can we blame the slippery?
No, that was on me. I'll own that.
All right.
I'll own that. But I caused the caution. Well, in the heat races, if you cause the caution once, you have to pull off. In the mains, you cause 2, you have to pull off. So I caused the first one, right? So I start in the back. I'm driving like an a-hole, trying to come through the pack.
And the track is actually raceable, though?
It's raceable, but it's
all right.
It's
sketch.
A little slippery. There's other cars looping out. So I'm making some moves, and there's a few other cautions, and then I get back into the middle of the pack, and mind you, I'm leading the points. I'm fighting for a championship. Well, this car hits another car in front of me and starts flipping, right? And so I'm like, oh crap, I have nowhere to go. It's right in front of me. So my car turns sideways and I stall it, but I don't touch him. The track says 177, that's 2 cautions